Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam, and today we have a special guest, Jay Cormier from Off the Page Games. And so,
Hello.
if you've been following these videos in order, you've probably seen Jay for a few more. But today we are continuing our standard series where we take a game of the day, Mind Management, and go through the brainstorm process of how we might add a random mechanic from it. And so
Cool.
thank you for joining us, Jay.
Let's do this.
Um, so Jay, since you are new to this style of series, you won't see it here, but on the screen for the viewers, right below you, there is a wheel of 60 game mechanics pulled or cherry picked from BGG. And so
Cool.
I've clicked it to spin it, and hopefully we'll land on a mechanic that's not in mind management. And we ended up with team-based game. So we are going to respin because technically mind management is a one versus all. So there's technically a team in there.
It is, yeah.
Um, so we have what came up for us was simultaneous action selection, and
Oof.
so for those of you who aren't familiar with this mechanic, in different than in mind management, where the recruiter will take a turn and then the agents will take a turn, uh, we're gonna throw it over to Jay to see how he might add simultaneous selection or simultaneous action selection into mind management, which is both of them taking their turn at the same time and then doing some sort of reveal. And so, how this always works, and Jay, feel free to jump into it. I'm going to set a 5 minute timer just to cap the brainstorming. And so, we are
Oh,
now
here we go.
off, and you are on the clock there, sir.
Well, this is interesting because, and this is no announcement because nothing's figured out, but Sen and I have been actually talking about can we do a roll and write version of mind management? And one of the ideas we had was this kind of concept of rolling dice and simultaneously both sides are choosing. It might be simultaneous, or it might be like I choose one and then you choose one from the remaining dice, and then so I know you moved on to this type of feature, so that's information I know, and I have to, we also have to move around. So if it was true, so that maybe might be exactly because if it's simultaneously, the thing about this game is you need information, and so I need to know what information about what you did at the same time I'm doing it. So it would have to be maybe it would have to be cards that whether it's like race for the galaxy type stuff where we're all choosing like a role or an action or a thing, and we go 1 2 3 and then we play it out. Race for the galaxy has a nice concept where if you didn't play it, you still get to do that action because everyone in that game is playing the same game and not on a team one versus many kind of concept. So, but it could be interesting. Man, that'd be really neat actually if it was like on the agent side, I have certain actions, but it also gives the recruiter certain actions if I play that action. And same with the recruiter. They have certain actions they want to do, but it gives the agents a certain action. So I don't want the and maybe possibly you can always capture because otherwise the game could never end. But
Mm-hmm.
um, and most of yeah that'd be tricky for the anyways. But it might be neat to be like, oh, you can move an immortal one by doing this. And like, great, I get to move an immortal. I'm like, I don't want him to move an immortal. He'll get that recruit there. I'm like, and then obviously so that could be really neat. But you both play at the same time, and then you have to resolve them in order, I guess, because you can't execute them both simultaneously. But that's okay. Still, it's still simultaneous action selection. Is that the actual term? Simultaneous action
So,
selection.
yeah, that is what populated on
Yeah.
the wheel.
So yeah. So I guess the rogue agents would have, and that's a bit harder if it's not if it's more than two players. If there's more than one player playing as a rogue agent, because you'd have to somehow share the cards with like, what do you guys want to play? That'd be harder. But I'd say it's just a two-player version of my management. Then like this is my management duel, for
Mm-hmm.
example. Then I'm going to take this, say the ask card, because I really want to ask this turn, and put it face down. And that player really wants to move because you're the recruiter. You want to move, and 1 2 3 flip up. And so I asked, but it gives you another a free move. Now you're moving twice this turn because he's moving but he's giving me a reveal. I'm like, okay, okay. So, like that might be interesting, and you want to play that in a time where I might not be able to take advantage of that reveal. I'm like, oh, I should have moved this turn. I don't have anybody on a step token. That was a good timing of using your reveal because I can't take advantage of it. And maybe with my cards, I don't just give you a move. Maybe there's some condition around it, because just giving you a move, that's too easy. But if I gave you a condition, like I'll just say this, and this, I might be broken and that might not work, but as a first brainstorm, it'd be like, it's a move only if you're in the top half of the board.
Mm.
And so
So
then
location
you
specific
see the
almost.
time token move up to the next time. So he did move. So right now you got information. He's in the top half of the board.
Mm.
So so you're getting information. That was a really big lesson we learned in my management, that information is a resource in this game, and every single thing. When we had that a quick thing about the mind slip token, where we had one mind slip token for a while and never felt like enough, and when we gave him two mind slip tokens, it felt like it was way too powerful. And so what we did is, if you play the game, you get one to start with, and you have to earn the second one, and you give information to them. You have to go to that spot. It gives information to the opponents. I was at this spot at one point. It's wonderful. It was such a perfect. Once you realize information is a resource, it's great. So we'd have to use that here.
And I think not that we're hyper focusing on what I like about it, but I like how you get to place that second one out as the opponent to kind of almost set a trap, almost is sort of that
Yeah,
feeling you get.
I like how some people hide it in the corner trying to get them, and some people put it right in the middle. It's like, come get it, because then I know
Mm-hmm.
information sooner.
Exactly. And so uh, we can call it right there because we're right at the 30-second mark. And
Perfect.
so in these videos, I often get startled because I forget about the
Yeah,
timer lost in the thought.
that
Um,
was a cool idea. That was a cool brainstorm process. That's like that's a neat idea.
yeah, I've found the so it's this, and then we'll not be doing it tonight because I it's hard to have the tablet set up with everything going on the screen. But it gives you a game prompt from Let's Make a Game.net. It's been a fun, same sort of 5 minute challenge where I'll usually take some sort of ties from the game that we talked about, and it might be like, um, city builder, and it has to be the rule is as you place something, something else must go, and it gives these random prompts that really force you that 5 minutes almost. It's like you can't think, you just got to talk it out, and at the end of it,
Yeah,
either like, well, that was a waste of 5 minutes, or it's like,
no, it's
I'm gonna go
wonderful.
take that offline and figure
Good
that
idea.
out.
Yeah, I got to share that idea with Sen, because that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, so we will call it there, everyone. I think I appreciate you all for tuning in. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the mind management duel
Yeah,
that Jay was able to come up with. Do we give it the thumbs up, or do we have ideas that could help him make it better? Let us know in the comments below. Uh, Thank you, Jay, for joining us on this
thanks.
video. See you, everyone.
Bye.